This is a 2024 Volvo S60, and I'm going to tell you 5 things that I like and 5 things that I don't really like about this car. So first, we'll go over the good stuff. We'll start with the exterior. I really love the design of the S60, and I love the Thor's Hammer daytime running lights. I think they look pretty cool. The rear has a unique look as well. And I love these wheels. And overall, I think the car has some pretty good proportions. It's very handsome. Next, let's head inside. I really like this interior. The materials are nice and it looks upscale. I love the way these vents look. The vertical tablet makes it familiar for cell phone users. The seats are very comfortable and perfect for those long drives. I drive a lot and I have zero complaints with these seats. They're very comfortable. When it comes to safety, you can't go wrong with a Volvo. They're consistently on the forefront with new features and are the pioneers of safety in modern day cars. Volvo has many models that are rated IIHS top safety picks. Here, in this car, you have plenty of standard safety features like brake assist, auto braking, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, curtain, side, and knee airbags. You get decent app integration in this car as well. So for example, the main map system is Google Maps. And it's the same map that's in the center display. That's a Google map. Additionally, you also have some other Google apps. So if I go here to the app sections, you also have YouTube. And you can watch a YouTube video if you really want to. Here I have a 2023 BMW X3. After driving it around for a few days, nice. I'm going to tell you 5 things that I like and 5 things that I don't really like. You also have the Google Play Store. So if you want to get more apps for your car, you can do that. Lastly is the fuel mileage. So you have a turbo 4-cylinder that puts out 247 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. This is accompanied by a mild hybrid system to achieve 26 miles per gallon in the city and 35 miles per gallon on the highway. If you get the S60 with the all-wheel drive system, then the numbers change slightly to 25 city and 33 highway. This is the only engine option available for the S60, unless you were to go up to the, I believe it's called the Recharge. That is the full hybrid version of this vehicle, and that one has a lot more power and torque and much better fuel mileage. I've been doing mostly highway miles on this car, and I'm getting an average of 34 mpgs, which is pretty good. And on a full tank of gas, I have 540 miles of range. That's pretty damn good. So there you go. 5 things that I like about the 2024 Volvo S60. Anyone watching have a Volvo S60? How do you like it? Leave a comment and give the video a thumbs up. Now, let's go over the things that aren't so great about this car. So first, let's talk about the tech. It's a little lacking. Yes, you do have Google Maps, you have YouTube, you have the Google Play Store, but the actual infotainment and tech in here is kind of bare bones. For example, the gauge cluster is not configurable at all. The only thing I could do is I could either switch from having a map or having my directions displayed. As you can see, there's just an arrow pointing forward because it's telling me to go straight on my directions. If I don't have anything if I'm not navigating anywhere, then it's just a blank screen, and that's pretty much it. You can't really display much else. You can't change anything on the right side, you can't change anything on the left side, so it's pretty simple. With all the screens that modern day cars have, I feel like a configurable gauge cluster is not really asking for all that much. I will note though, if you get the ultimate trim, then you will get a heads up display. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, one thing that's kind of odd though, is you have buttons here that you can press that don't do anything. So even though I don't have the features, I still have the button and I can press it. For example, here on the steering wheel, I have these 2 buttons here. These are for the adaptive cruise control. So I'm assuming this decreases the following distance, this increases it. I can actually click it and I get feedback. It's an actual button, but it doesn't do anything. This car doesn't have adaptive cruise control. And then also I have these arrows on the left and right. So this one here, left, right? It does not do anything. I think if you have adaptive cruise control, you can cycle between using regular cruise control or adaptive cruise control, or maybe there could be a couple other features that you can like switch left and right. But in this car, they don't do anything. So I just find it a little odd that you have buttons that you can press with little pictures on them, yet they don't do anything. I understand people hate blank switches, but don't give me real buttons that don't do anything. And then while we're talking about the tech, let's go over the screen, because it's not really the easiest to navigate. For example, let's say I want to go change the driving feel, which is the only thing you can really do to make the car feel more sporty. I have to go to, let me see, these are my apps. Oh, there's a settings icon here, like a phone. And then in here, you got to go to driving. And then at the bottom, you have driving dynamics. It's a little switch. I feel like that should just be a button I could easily toggle on and off. Same thing with some of these other, like safety features. If I want to toggle lane keeping aid, roadside information, stuff like that. Like, there are certain features I feel like you should just be able to push a button easily and it can switch back and forth between them. Also, just the layout of this is a little weird. You're used to a horizontal screen, and this one's vertical. It actually feels kind of like a phone because you have like this home button here that takes you to your apps, but then it's like, okay, how do I get to YouTube? It's not here. Okay, I gotta go to my list of apps. Okay, here I can go to YouTube. But then it's like, it's not very intuitive. It takes a little getting used to. Next is the trunk space. It's a little small compared to other rivals in this segment. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not as big as you might expect. And then under the floor, you don't have extra storage, but you do have a real flat, which is not bad because I feel like nowadays all you see is a fix the flat kit. So next is the fact that you have no drive modes. And I'm kind of nitpicking here, but at the same time, it's very common nowadays for cars to have a bunch of different drive modes, especially at this price point. So I am a little disappointed that there's no sport mode, there's no comfort mode, there's nothing. There's just one mode. And then you can adjust your steering feel, so you can go from firm to soft, so that's something. But at the same time, I would expect, a couple different modes, even like a wet mode or something like that. And then lastly, it's the fact that your climate controls are built into the screen. So it's not the end of the world because you do have a button here, or I guess this is always displayed. So you just tap this, boom, brings up your climate controls. Great. But it's just the fact that I have to do multiple steps just to adjust, where the air is coming out, if I want to turn the AC on or off. Luckily, you do have your defrosters or physical buttons that are here. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm not a fan of touch screens for all the climate controls. Same thing for the heated seats. Heated seats, I got to push this button, and then I got to choose here which one. And then when you're driving, it's kind of difficult. When you're sitting, the car's not moving, not a big deal. But when you're driving, that's when it's a little bit of an issue. And also, one weird quirk of Volvo, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but I can only adjust my temperature by twos. I can't do singles, so I can't do like 69, can't do 71. It just goes up and down by twos. So that's a little weird. So there you go. That is the 2024 Volvo S60. Overall, I've enjoyed my time with this car. It's not the most fun car to drive, and the tech was a little disappointing, but it did a great job on the highways, and the steering feel is actually pretty good when you put it in the firm setting. If you're looking for a safe, reliable car that looks stylish and is comfortable, then this could be right up your alley. Let me know in the comments what you think of the S60, and see you in the next one.